Have you ever stopped to think that in a way, you could be Anakin Skywalker himself? The character created by George Lucas is much more than just a villain or tragic hero. He represents something profound, something that we can all experience at some point. When Lucas brought Anakin to life, he put into him all the conflicts and situations capable of distorting a good person with great potential. And if you look closely, you can see that Anakin, in many ways, is a mirror for the challenges we face every day. Anakin begins his journey as a talented young man, full of dreams and with a promising future. He is a prodigy, someone who could have achieved great things, just as many of us feel at some point in our lives. But as his story progresses, he finds himself surrounded by pressures, doubts, and difficult choices. And here's the crucial point. The choices Anakin makes are not so far removed from the choices we, in the real world, are forced to make. The difference is that, as we watch his journey, we can learn from his mistakes and prevent the same fate from befalling us. The lure of power and the quest for control are some of the most striking elements in Anakin's journey. He finds himself increasingly caught up in a cycle of wanting to protect those he loves, but at the same time, his thirst for power consumes him. And how often in life don't we find ourselves in situations where we want to control everything around us? We want to protect, we want to ensure that everything works out, but deep down, this incessant pursuit can blind us, just as it did Anakin. It's a fine line between wanting to do good and falling to the dark side. Another central issue in Anakin's story is fear. The fear of losing those he loves, the fear of not being enough, the fear of failure. This fear turns into anger, and anger into hatred. These emotions lead you to make decisions that end up destroying you. In the same way, many of us, in moments of fear and insecurity, make impulsive decisions that can have disastrous consequences. Anakin is proof that fear can be a powerful enemy, capable of leading us down a path of no return. And this is where the Force comes in as a guide in our daily lives. It shows us that if we let fear dominate us, we are destined to repeat the same mistakes. Manipulation is also a recurring theme in Anakin's journey. He is manipulated by Palpatine, led to believe that he is in control, when in fact he is being guided to destruction. Often in life, we are influenced by people and situations that make us believe we are taking the reins, when in reality we are just following a path already set by others. The secret lies in recognizing these manipulations and freeing yourself from them before it's too late. Just as Anakin could have escaped Palpatine's clutches, we can also avoid being led to the dark side by outside influences. And finally, there is the element of redemption. Although Anakin fell deeply into the dark side, he finds a form of redemption at the end of his life. This shows us that no matter how far we may have gone towards the dark side, there is always a chance to go back, to seek forgiveness and to do what is right. The Force, in our daily lives, gives us this opportunity to redeem ourselves, to correct our mistakes, and to find our way back to the light. The decision to embrace the dark side or resist it is always in our hands, even when the circumstances around us seem to be pushing us towards darkness. Ultimately, it is our will, our ability to choose, that defines the path we take. Anakin had countless opportunities to choose a different path, to resist the external influences that pushed him towards the dark side. In the same way, each of us, in moments of doubt or temptation, has the power to decide how to react, either by giving in to fear and anger, or by seeking balance and inner peace. This individual responsibility is often what defines us as human beings. We can be surrounded by challenges, manipulations, and negative influences, but at the end of the day, we are the ones who decide who we want to be. The dark side offers shortcuts, promises of power and control, but always at a high cost. Choosing to resist these temptations requires inner strength and often deep self-knowledge. The Force, in our daily lives, teaches us that although the dark side is a seductive option, the light is always within our reach, as long as we are willing to fight for it. In the end, what determines our fate is not just the situations we face, but the choices we make in the face of them. Anakin reminds us that, however difficult it may be, there is always a choice. And that choice, however small it may seem at the moment, can define the entire course of our lives. We can't blame the world or circumstances for the path we choose to follow. The decision whether or not to go to the dark side is always and exclusively in our hands. By recognizing this power, We take responsibility for our actions and set ourselves on a path of self-control and wisdom. So when you watch Anakin's journey, don't just see it as a fictional story. See it as a mirror, as a reflection on the challenges you yourself face. George Lucas may have created Anakin as a fictional character, but the conflicts he faces are incredibly real. They are present in each and every one of us. Anakin's journey is, in fact, your journey. And with every choice you make, you have the opportunity to move away from the dark side and towards the light. After all, we all have a bit of Anakin in us. The question is, what choices will you make from now on? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Leave your experiences and opinions in the comments. May the Force be with you.